If you're a learning and development professional or you're making any kind of instructional design, I'm sure you've been in a situation where you're trying to build training content on some sort of how-to digital task. So you revert to a Loom video or you use some kind of video editing tool. You duct tape that together with screenshots and text descriptions. And from the learner perspective, there's all this content that they have to sift through just to understand how to do simple click by click actions inside, say, your own internal product or your CRM or something else in your tech stack. And on top of that, it takes you hours to create simple tutorials to explain those digital tasks. So what most of our users do is they leverage our try it digital modes inside of their learning management system. So our software is designed to capture these digital tasks in a streamlined manner and get them into existing learning management platforms. So I'm going to show you an example here. This is applicable in any number of LMS systems out there. I happen to be just pulling up a really simple one here. We integrate with about 50 different partners in the learning space. Any website, any application that can accept an embed code, a hyperlink, or just a general iframe is able to accept our tutorials. So you might have a module like this and you're trying to explain, let's say, your internal product, and you have some photos, you have some text descriptions, maybe even a video walking them through. But every time the technology changes or there's an iteration that needs to happen, you have to go in and throw the video out and start all over again. Very, very painful. So with IORAD, if you have an LMS that we partner with, you'll notice that the IORAD extension is actually built into as a widget in that software. Now, even if it isn't, you can still sync in there. But if you hit the IORAD extension, what's going to happen is it will fire off the capture tool. You're going to open up the screen, whether it's an online browser-based software or something desktop-based, and you're going to let the browser extension go through this masking process. And now it's actually recording on your screen. So all you're going to do as the learning professional is go through the task you're trying to create training on as if the person was sitting right next to you. So maybe you want to create a contact. So you're just going to come through here and go through the steps yourself. And I'm just going to put some test information in here for our purposes. And let's just say that was the end of the task. So I'm going to come up here and hit the browser extension again and hit done. You'll see it's automatically going to add in the screenshots for you. And you'll see click by click, it actually shows you all 12 steps that happened and what action happened at each one of those steps. So if I want to go through here, I can actually recognize where I clicked on the screen. It's going to write a text description of what I did. It's even going to add an automated voiceover of that text description as well. And once I go through and make sure everything looks the way that I want and it's set up correctly, all I have to do is hit this preview and finish button. We can add in that voice audio. And if I were to hit complete, you'll notice it takes us right back to the original LMS system we were working in the exact page or module we're on. And it just adds that additional learning object to that tutorial or that learning module. So we're going to have the video, we have the text description, and now we have this tutorial that automatically gets embedded in here. So if I were to hit publish, now when the user scrolls through and they learn about the tasks and then they see the tasks, we have different learning modes where they can actually blow this up and try it. And you'll notice the voiceover kicks in and it's actually going to be an interactive guide. So now they can click through like in a simulated environment and get this experience in just a couple of seconds of what it's like in the flow and the feel of the software as if they were in it themselves. So from a consumption point and an engagement perspective, you're not just watching somebody else do this, you're actually doing it yourself as a user and you're getting that full experience before you actually go live in the software. And then lastly, once you actually have that, we have a go live feature that you can click on that'll take you right over to the tutorial itself or right over to the application you're working in to be able to utilize. So it's a great way to be able to add on additional, more interactive objects to your existing learning management content without having to throw out any of the videos or work that you've done thus far. And if you ever need to edit or change this in the future, you just simply go back to our interface. You can move, edit, and alter any of these steps in a matter of seconds. And when you go ahead and complete it, it automatically uploads and connects to your learning management platform and anywhere else it might be embedded.